Yo, what is up, Crockxen clan members, Infernal League fans, and others who stumbled on this video. Today, we are here with my Week 5 battle against my good buddy, my good friend Doruk. In past history, I've always been winning all the time, okay? Doruk's always been a good pal, though. I think, I still remember, it actually might have been Season 3, actually, now that I think about it, where at a certain point, I was basically shoo-in for the playoffs. So then we just decided to have the battle actually live, like both of us in the same call, and so this is a really good friend of mine. We've been knowing each other for like many years. So obviously I'm trying to keep my streak going. So I had some crazy sets on my Pokemon here. So I talked about it a little bit on stream yesterday, and so I'm gonna reiterate it now. My Screamtail's basic support. The only problem I have with it is that I probably should have Protect. Realistically speaking, I don't think I needed Thunder Wave in hindsight because I never clicked it, so there's no reason for me to have it. My Ogerpon, though, I'm very proud of that one. I really like my Ogerpon. The fact I was specifically built to deal with his Ogerpon because he has Heart Flame, which is the fire one, and then I have the water one. So my gimmick was I'm not gonna mess with speed ties because I don't like speed ties. So what I did instead was I had Rock Tomb on my Ogerpon, and then I had enough speed and I think it was HP to where my Rock Tomb would slow it down the first turn, and then I would, knock it out with Ivy Kojo afterwards, right? So that was the gimmick behind that one. Garganacl and Registeel were my two counters for King Gambit. They were both Terra Fighting, and they both had Body Press. My Registeel, I'm very proud of that one, is Light Metal, because I expected him to have low kick on his King Gambit. So my mindset was, oh, well, there's King Gambit. And I calced it. He could be at the last mon standing, at +2. And after my Terra Fighting, I live low kick easily. And then I kill back with Body Press. So I'm very proud of that one. My Typhlosion was here mainly to take advantage of Doruk's Sun, because he's the only team. I think he's the only team that has weather. No, Zen has snow, but he's the only sun team, and he specifically has it for Walking Away. Obviously, while we were joking around and messing with each other, I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna take advantage of your sun, and he thought I was talking about Screamtail, which in hindsight I kind of am, because my Screamtail is faster than his Walking Wake, whether we're in or out of sun, because I had speed boost Screamtail, so I was gonna outspeed it anyways and into a KO with Dazzling Gleam. So, but my main gimmick was for the Typhlosion, because I had Eruption on it, and nothing on his team really likes to take Eruptions besides Blissey. So, and then I can just switch out around Blissey, like it's not a big deal. So that was my mindset. And then Treads. Now, initially in my initial builds, I was Expert Belt Treads. However, because of the problem with the Golurk, because we knew he was going to bring Golurk. Okay, my testing was done. We knew for a fact he was going to bring Golurk. My biggest weaknesses are fighting types and ground types. So what better mon than fucking Golurk, who has like Dynamic Punch and Earthquake, so I pretty much blows through my entire team. So we knew he was going to bring it. So I ended up knocking it down to be an Air Balloon Treads, which means I can switch into it once when I'm predicting an Earthquake. So that was, it wasn't fun, but it was the best that we had at the time, but I still had enough EVs to where I had a high chance to kill his Torkoal with Earth Power, and I had enough attack to where I think it was like 90 something or 93% chance to OHKO, or no, that's not what it was. There was a very high chance though of me killing Hatterene from full. If it had chip damage, it's guaranteed. Okay, so because I had Heavy Slime. So with that in mind, okay, long tangent over from my actual team. Let's actually get into this battle. So my initial lead was going to be Garganacl, not because I want to set up rocks, but to give the illusion that I'm going to set up rocks. Because Garganacl is tanky. I literally have it EV to where it can tank most hits from my opponent, obviously. But I'm not going to risk my Terras early, so that's one of the other things. I'm trying to save my Terra for either Garganackle at the end game, either Garganackle or Registeel at the end game for the Kingambit. None of my other mons had really good Terras. I guess Screamtail, I think I had water on it, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. It might have been fire, though. Realistically speaking, none of my other mons really were going to tear out this battle, except for Registeel and Garganackle, to be honest. So, I'm going in. I lead Garg. Like I said, I'm trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm going to go for Rocks first turn. So he goes into Hattering thinking that, oh, he's going to go for his Stealth Rocks real quick, you know, trying to get some initiative. But I don't need hazards right now, okay, at all. So what do? I go for the Salt Cure. This does enough damage at this point, even if he has leftovers, because Salt Cure obviously does damage. At this point to where I don't mind, okay. At this point, Treads immediately knocks it out with one Heavy Slam with the amount of HP I'm going to do mad. So I don't need to stay in here, so I switch out to Registeel. He goes for the Future Sight. I don't really have too much of a qualm for that. I go for the Ice Spinner here, predicting the Goaler to come in. Okay. He probably expected a Steel type. I don't even think I had a Steel type move on my Registeel. I might have though. I might have had Heavy Slam on Registeel as well. But I know for a fact you're bringing in your Golurk, okay, because it's a fucking powerhouse. And I know for a fact it's a thing that's gonna deal with me. So what do? I go for the Ice Spinner, get some nice 35% chip. Now here he could have gone for a ground type move, so I was scared of that. He could have gone for a fighting type move. I'm scared of that. But I know the Future Sight is coming, so this is my Screamtail here. I do admit was just me trying to gauge how much damage I can tank from this thing, which is not a lot. He goes for the Earthquake, does 47%, which I think I was more physically defensive on the Screamtail to begin with, so that's relatively high. But I still don't think he's like fully like. I don't think he's banned it. Okay, he's been using Assault Vest on most of his Mons, or most of his Golurks in past battles, so I was assuming he was gonna go for that in this one, which is probably what he is. And then I think the Future Sight does a lot of damage, but I still do a decent amount. Now I'm not staying in here at all. There's no reason for me to stay in here. So I'm expecting a potential Ghost move, so I switch to Garganackle, which is my because of Garganackle's ability, which is Purifying Assault, I take less damage from Ghost type moves. But he actually makes a good play, and he goes for the knockoff, so I lose my leftovers there. Again, he expects me to go for the Stealth Rocks again. I don't know why he has this mindset that I'm going to go for Rocks. But I'm not staying in this time. I know I'm predicting a ground type move at that point, so I switch into Treads. And this is where he made the mistake, okay? At the amount of HP he has left, I know for 100% fact I kill with Heavy Slime. So I go for it. Now I got a crit, okay, and Doruk did think that this was like lucky on my end. Obviously crits are always annoying, but I calced it. I did this whole like I said, this is team building calcing. Like this isn't even in the battle calcing. I still calced it just in case, but because I'm never sure of myself as soon as the battle starts. But I knew it was gonna kill. Okay, I didn't need a crit here. Okay, crit, whatever, it's nice. I didn't need it at all. Like I calculated at the amount of HP he had left, he was dead no matter what. With the amount of attack EVs I have, so he goes to the Walking Wake. Now, Wake. This is one of the things I was telling Doruk in our jokes around before. And I was like, I have a Fairy type and a Water immunity. You gotta pick your poison here. So he actually goes for the Scald. Now I don't know why he brought Scald on this thing. I guess to get chip damage, maybe? Question mark. I still don't know if that was even necessary. But he goes for the Scald. I have Water Absorb, so I don't really care for this thing. And then he goes into this thing. Now I went for Play Rough because I didn't know if he was gonna stay in to go for the Draco Meteor just to get some chip on my Ogerpon. I'm not faster than his Wake. Okay? I know that for a fact. And I still don't know what his item is at this point. I don't know what type of Walking Wake he has. So if he switches out, then I can maybe in my mind say, go, okay, so he might be Specs. So that's something I need to think about. Like I said, I wasn't gonna know if he was Scarfed or not because I intentionally made my Ogerpon slower so I didn't have to deal with his Ogerpon. So this was more like a way to gauge, and I wasn't gonna risk the Ivy Cudgel this early because if he is not choice, Ivy Cudgel's not gonna do shit. So I'd rather go for the safe play rough. And then he switches to this fucking monster bus, okay? Fucking Charger Bug. I still can't believe how tanky this thing is. So he easily takes that. He eats 16%. That's nothing. Okay, this is an Ogerpon. You're gonna tell me here that this thing is that fucking strong? But we're not staying in. We're going to Garganackle. He goes for the Sticky Whip. Now, I did not have Rapid Spin on my treads in this battle, which is probably like a huge hindrance. And I probably should have had it. Because I don't remember what most of them. I know I had Earth Power, Heavy Slam. What the fuck were my other moves? Earth Power, Heavy Slam. I might have had. I really don't recall. I legitimately don't remember what my other moves were. Because I don't think I used any. Oh, Ice Spinner. I think Ice Spinner was one of them for Golurk. But I don't remember what my last move was. I should have probably had a Rapid Spin though. I didn't expect webs, okay? I'm gonna say that. I didn't expect fucking webs to come in. But, cause like, my whole team is fucking slow. Besides Ogerpon and I guess Typhlosion, but even Typhlosion is like 95, which is slower than his fastest mons. So, well, Screamtail as well, but who the fuck expects a fast Screamtail from me, the bulky guy? But anyways, so he does go for that. He goes for the webs. He goes for the Volt Switch. I think I go for Salt Cure here. I'm pretty sure. No. Oh, no. Yeah. So I finally go for my rocks because Hatterene is dead. So I don't need to worry about that anymore. And Chip is always nice. Okay. That's what I did. Now, I did make a slight... I'm not going to say misplay here. I think this was a dumb play from my part. Because he goes for Dynamic Punch. That's not the issue. I should have gotten damage on this thing at this point. Okay, if I had gone for Stalk Cure at this point, I think I do like it's like 4 or 5% with the initial hit, and then I do whatever because he's not a Steel Water type, so it would have done like maybe 10%. And this thing doesn't have recovery, so this would have been nice. So I don't know why the fuck I decided to go for recover here. I guess I was like, oh well, if I just I really don't know what I was thinking here. He does go for the Earthquake here. I could have switched into Treads here, but I didn't fucking do it. But I do go for it now. Oh, see, there's my other move. I had Volt Switch. Why? I don't fucking remember. But if I had Assault Cure here, that would have helped me a lot. Because now I go for the Volt Switch, and then I think I go to Ogerpon, who then eats a Dynamic Punch as well. Because he's not going to go for Earthquake there because I'm floating in the air. I do go for the Cudgel here, which does 26%. This goddamn Charger Bug. Why the fuck is this thing tanking my hits? I don't fucking know. And then I go to Screamtail. Now, this also surprised me. How the fuck, like, 20% from a lunge? What is this shit? How is it so strong and so tanky? I don't fucking know. It's a fucking Charger Bug. I was surprised as you all when I fucking saw this shit. But again, I could have Stalk Cured the Golurk, because if I'm gonna sack Garganackle anyways, I might as well just do that. Okay, realistically speaking, I might as well just do that. But here I go for the Flamethrower and I kill this fucking bug, so it's gone. And then I think in this scenario he goes into Blissey, because what the fuck is a Screamtail gonna do to a Blissey? And he is gonna go for the Shadow Ball though, which is a good play because I'm a Psychic Fairy type and I'm more physically defensive oriented in this battle, so my special defense isn't the greatest, and even though Blissey isn't the strongest, it is still a super effective move. So I did I was dumb. Okay, I was dumb in this play because he got the special defense drop. I should have just fucking attacked this thing instead of going for the Will-O-Wisp. I don't know if I was just expecting him to bring in the fucking the King Gambit, like, or the Golurk back. I don't know. But I should have gone for Focus Blast, and I didn't, and then I lose my Typhlosion here. So I go into Ogerpon, and this was also like did he not? I mean, obviously, who the fuck expects Ogerpon to just go for superpower here? But I did, and this Blissey died because of how strong Ogerpon is, and Blissey's defense is ass. Now, I spent, I'm not gonna lie to you, close to 10 minutes on this turn. So I don't know what I wanted to do. Do I predict him to go for the fighting move, the ghost move? Do I sack Scream Tail? Do I leave my Ogerpon to die? I don't want to do that. Like, I was literally flip-flopping what I wanted to do this turn. Like, I was like, do I just get rid of, like, sacrifice Treads here because I don't need it, and then go to Registeel and go for, like, the Curse just so I can take some hits? Like, what do I do here? Because my issue is I don't want to lose Ogerpon because then I'm in danger from the water moves on Walking Wave. If I lose Scream Tail, then it can just spam its dragon move. So it's like, fuck, like, what do I do here? And I legit felt like it was like 10 minutes of me going back and forth. What the fuck do I do here? And then I think what I said was, like, I would rather deal with the water moves than the dragon ones. So I did. I'm not gonna say I intended Ogerpon to die here, but that's probably the mindset most people would think of. Because I go for the play rough. Now, this crit did matter. It's the only crit on my end that actually mattered in this fight. Why? Because there's no way I was gonna kill this thing in one hit at -1. I calculated. It didn't do enough. So I legitimately expected to lose my Ogerpon here. So I will admit, this was lucky on my end. This was not okay. And I did apologize to him for that. And then now that means, well, I have, things for Walking Wake on both sides. I have my water resistance and my dragon resistance. So he goes into King Gambit. He's at 4 defeated allies. I'm not staying in here. At -1, I still don't kill. I don't kill this thing. So what I ended up doing was I go into Treads just to sacrifice it. That's literally the whole point of this thing. I had no non-attacking moves, so I basically die. And then I go to Registeel. I'm light metal. I don't know why I didn't catch that. Actually, he probably caught it, but he still thought, oh, I fucking kill this thing. So I go for the terrifying low kick. Does 57% body press. Oh, and this was the intentional. Like, this is the whole reason why I went light metal, because I was like, I know he's bringing a low kick. I just know in my minds, I know he's bringing a low kick, and I'm not gonna let him kill my Registeel. So this was the funniest, because even like I said, he could be the last mon at +2, and I still live. That's how insane this is. So I live. And then he goes into Walking Wake, he takes the chip damage, and goes for the flamethrower, and I fucking tank it because Registeel is a fucking monster, okay? And then I go for the body press, do 53%, and this is where I find out that he is life form, okay? Now, I didn't have Protect on my Registeel. I don't have Protect on my Registeel because of the fact that I'm supposed to be just here to do damage. So I had Curse, Ice Spinner, Body Press, and I'm pretty sure it was Heavy Slam. So I'm trying to think. I needed something for Hattering at all costs because Ice Spinner and fucking Body Press isn't doing shit. So I'm pretty sure it was Heavy Slam. I don't quite recall. So I can't get recovery, enough recovery. If I did have Protect, I probably could have gotten a little bit more HP and potentially lived another move. But regardless, he goes for the Draco Meter, kills me, takes his life orb damage. Now, this part is where I get mad and salty. Okay, I had 2 Mons left. He's at -2. Okay, if I had Protect on Scream Tail, I won. But that's if everything everything else that happened happened the way it did. I basically won. The problem is that I still have 2 Mons here, and they both can tank a hit from this thing. I calculate. So, but Scream Tail's the other one's a little iffy. Like, I have a chance to live. Okay? So what he decided to do, we play a little mind games, because that's what we are. We made a little game, and he said, like, calc it. Do they fucking live? Because he only has 2 moves left because of life form, right? So what we said is like, okay, so let's see how we do this. Let's see what we got. He had me check. Do they live? I'm like, okay, yes. Screamtail has a chance to live. So he's like, okay, well then go to Ogre Pawn and give me this crit. So I'm like, okay, fine. Okay, so I switched into Ogre Pawn saying, like, let's just test it. And what do you know? He goes for a flamethrower and gets the goddamn crit. He got the lucky crit, which means my Ogre Pawn is dead. And I'm salty, because I lived that. I easily lived that, and I killed this guy with superpower. Because I wasn't going to go for Ivy Cudgel there, okay? And Rock Tomb isn't doing shit. So, I'm super salty about that, okay? I should have killed this thing, but he crits me with a goddamn flamethrower, and then he has the audacity to get the 17% roll on my Screamtail. Because I lived this shit. I lived this. With like I said, he had like a 17% chance to get this roll. If I had Protect, like I wanted to in the beginning, okay. Like I said, I don't know why I have Thunder Wave, because I don't fucking use the move. So I should have had Protect on my Screamtail, and if I did, then I also win this battle, because then I don't have to, you know, worry about this 17% chance to get the roll to kill me, because he does, and then he fucking wins. Because he gets the roll. And since I die first, that means he gets victory. I was so mad, so angry, because I literally fucking lived. Like, Jesus Christ, it was crazy. Like, this battle was intense though. Like, I will say that. Like, it's fucking wild. And the crazy part about it is that he told me this at the beginning of the season when he picked up Walking Wake. Because I used to troll everybody with Suicune back in the day. He was like, oh, I'm gonna defeat you with the fucking ancient Suicune. I'm like, bet. And I specifically drafted Screamtail for his Walking Wake. That's the crazy part. Because I expected to have to deal with it in the sun, which means I won. Okay. Because if he had Sun in this battle, like I thought he was going to have it, Screamtail, like I said, outspeeds it in the Sun because I have enough speed to outspeed it regularly. So I get the speed boost in the Sun alongside his speed boost in the Sun. But since I'm in webs, what I get instead is a special defense boost, which means I also live the fucking Scald. So regardless, this is very upsetting. I'm very salty about that. I think it's literally just this end game. This is literally what cost me the battle. I had everything else. Everything else I did right. Oh, the fucking Salt Cure on Golurk also didn't help. That one could have helped a lot. Because then I don't have to risk anything else. I literally just go for that. Actually, how much HP did he have? I want to check. I want to do this real quick. No, this is way before that. If I had gone for... No, keep going. Right here. Okay, so he goes for Terra Fighting. And he goes for Dynamic Punch. If I had gone for Salt Cure here, I'm pretty sure my Play Rough kills it. I would have to calc it. I'll do that calc later though. But essentially, I should have won this. That's my point. I should have won this, and I would have won this. But I didn't. I didn't do it because he got lucky in the end, and he hacks me. He crit me. He crit my Ogre Pawn, and then got the 17% roll on my screen. That's all. Am I salty? A little bit. Okay, because he called it. I honestly should have just done the opposite. I shouldn't have listened to him. I should have just gone Screamtail, and then go from there. I would have lived. And I should have had Protect instead of Thunder Wave. Then that's just me. I'm just. But I'm gonna leave it off there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have a bye this week for week 6. So there won't be a battle for me next week because I don't have an opponent. So you will see me back with Zilix next Thursday, like we always do, and we'll talk about week 7 there. So hopefully we'll see you guys all there. This has been SoresanCrockxen with week 5. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in future videos, future streams. I have a lot of things planned for you guys, so I hope you guys join me on this journey.